Welcome back to reading all of One Piece. We left off where Luffy was about to free Zoro, and he brought him his swords and is down there, and Captain Morgan and his men are also there confronting them. That's where we left off, and yeah. Today it's gonna be probably a bit shorter than the last video. The last video was a bit long. I don't have as much to read today. There's this volume left, and yeah. Gonna get going to it. Also, it's good that it's short because it's -7 degrees out here. But yeah. Alright, Luffy frees one of Zoro's arms, gets him rid of the binding, and Zoro's like, and before that he was like, oh, Zoro, so you're gonna be part of my crew? And Zoro's like, yeah, alright, I'm in, you got me. I'm gonna be part of your crew, just free me already. He burns off one of his arms, and then Zoro's like, give me more swords, man. Just give me more swords. He frees himself next frame. Zoro's there with his 3 swords, this one sword in the mouth, holding off like 20 swords of all the Marines. And yeah, there's that, and he talks to Luffy and it's like, I'm gonna be part of your crew and I'm gonna become a pirate, but I need to do one thing. I will become the greatest swordsman in the world, and I will want to be famous basically for it. I want to be known for it. He wants the title. And Luffy's like, yeah, that sounds great. The Pirate King and the greatest swordsman of the world. What a team. Yeah, so that's basically the promise of Zoro. We also had last chapter in the flashback explained why the promise is so important to Zoro with Kuina and him promising it, and that either of the two is gonna become the greatest swordsman of the world. But Kuina dies, and so it's just Zoro left. So it's basically his duty to fulfill this, to become the greatest swordsman. Yeah. So Luffy Gum whips all of the Marines, like yells to Zoro ducks. He gets them all and they're on the floor, and they're talking to Morgan, and they're like, Captain Morgan, we can't do anything against these two. Like the one is a robber dude, and the other, and Zoro is also way too strong. Morgan is like, okay, that was an order. If you're not going to fulfill my order, you can give yourself the bullet. And there's actually a panel of like 2 Marines pointing their gun rather to themselves than go and fight Luffy and Zoro, because they're like, I got no chance. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna shoot myself, you know. It's like, okay, that's a bit extreme, and Luffy jumps up and starts running, and Morgan is like, hey, I'm your enemy, not the Marines, and is going to attack him. Alright, so Luffy decks out Morgan with a good few punches. He dodges his axe every single time. It's like, yeah, you're not even gonna touch me, man. It's like his axe might be sharp, but he can't hit Luffy at all. So yeah, that's no danger to him. And then Helmet Poe threatens Kobe with a gun. He points a gun to Kobe's head and is like, hey, stop fighting back, basically, or I'm gonna kill Kobe. And it's like, and Kobe's like, Luffy, don't let him threatening me stop you. And Luffy's like, yeah, of course, no problem. And he's like, just hold still. And he turns around from Morgan, and Morgan is like coming up behind him, and Luffy's just winding up a punch, a Gum pistol to hit Kobe, not Kobe, Telemapo, who's threatening Kobe. And yeah. And Luffy winds up the punch, and Morgan comes up behind him. Luffy punches Gunbun Pistol over a wide range, knocks out Helmeppo clear. Like, I mean, that's no diff, to be honest. But Captain Morgan is right behind him and is trying to strike Luffy, but there's Zoro. And Zoro just cuts down with 3 swords. Whoosh! Going past Morgan, cuts him down clean, and is like, at your service, Captain. So yeah, that's the first fight together. It's like the enemies are honestly no difficulty at all, but yeah, it's still a cool scene, and yeah, Zoro's part of the crew now. End of chapter. Alright, after this, after the big fight, Morgan and Helmeppo are both decked out. Morgan is bleeding on the ground. Basically, people are like, "Oh, is he dead? Is he dead?" And the Marines are like celebrating, and Luffy and Zoro's like, "Oh, what's up with these guys?" And it's like, okay, they were all just terrified of Morgan, basically. And his terror regime is now over, and they're happy about that. And after that, Zoro passes out because he didn't eat for 9 days and he was just starving. So we cut to another scene. They're in a house with the little girl from earlier that was bringing Zoro food that Zoro saved from the big wolf. And the mother basically made food for them and gave them food. And Luffy's like, "Yeah, thanks that I also got some food." And she's like, "Of course, you saved the town from Captain Morgan." And it's like, we are very grateful for that. And they're talking about, and Luffy's like, "Yeah, what they're gonna do next?" And Luffy's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go for the Grand Line now next." And Kobe's like, "Oh, that's way too dangerous. You're not ready yet." And Luffy's not like, "Nah, that's what we're gonna do. What are you gonna do?" And Kobe's like, "Yeah, I wanna still join the Marines. I have to become a Marine, and yeah, you guys taught me basically to stand up for myself, and that I have to be the one to like go and make my dreams come true. Like if I'm not gonna do it, no one is gonna do it. And I never had a friend before, and but you are my friend, right?" And Luffy's like, "Yeah, we're friends, all right." And yeah, I'm a pirate, and you're gonna be a Marine, but we're still friends. No, even though that's kind of weird. And in come all the Marines, and they're like basically questioning Luffy right away, the main Marine there. It's like, "Are you pirates? Because if you're just revolutionaries, that's fine with us. That we're thankful that you got rid of Morgan. But if you're pirates, we can't accept that, and we're basically just gonna let you leave the town, but you can't stay here." Basically. And Zoro and Luffy are like, "Yeah, we're pirates. All right, we're gonna be going then." And basically just go and completely ignore Kobe and just walk past him. And they go, and then the Marine's like, "Wait a minute, isn't that guy part of you?" And God, I think it was Luffy was like, "Nah, no, he's not part of us. No, I don't know him," basically. And then he keeps walking, but the Marine doesn't trust him. It's like interrogating him. It's like, "Yeah, but he did come with you, didn't he?" And Luffy starts basically talking shit. It's like, this guy, You know, a funny story I can tell you. He was like this fat pirate woman. Oh, she was so fat, and he was like on this island. And Kobe said, it's like, oh no, if they learn that I was with Alvida, that I was a pirate for 2 years, they're never gonna accept me into the Marines. So Luffy here, what he's doing is basically baiting Kobe into like punching him. And that's what happens. Kobe punches Luffy and is like, shut up, you idiot. And Luffy's like, now you've done it. And punches him back. Like, he gives him a ass whooping. And the Marine officer breaks it up and it's like, all right. No way you two are together. I see what it is. How it is. And Zoro and Luffy leave, and Kobe is like, yeah, sir, I wanna join the Marines. Please let me join the Marines. And at first he's still like, yeah, I don't know about that. Sometimes there's like spies from pirates trying to join the Marines to like get information out of us. I can trust you. And Kobe's like really heartfelt, making a plea like, I need to become a Marine officer. I need to become an admiral. That's my dream. And he's like, okay, you in. Welcome to the Marines, boy. And cut back to the little boat at the pier that Luffy and Kobe had. And Zoro and Luffy are getting ready to leave, and Kobe runs up and is like, yeah, thank you for what you did, because he realized Luffy only baited him into punching him to make clear to the Marines that they're not together. And it's like seeing them off, and it's like, thank you for everything. Salutes him. And behind him, all the other Marines also come and also salute Luffy and Zoro and see them off. Which kinda defeats the point of just happened, like making clear that they're separate. But yeah. And after that, the officer's like, Marines, saluting a pirate is against the rules. 1 week, no food for you guys. The Marines all, aye, sir. And that's the end of chapter. And Zoro and Luffy out at sea now. Okay, first page already is like, first of all, the chapter is called Meeting with Nami. So yeah, we're gonna meet Nami in this chapter. But also, first page is already hilarious. Yeah, they're out at sea and like, wait, you don't know how to navigate? Luffy's like basically to Zoro's like, and Zoro's like, no, I went out to sea to like find someone, and I got lost and couldn't find my way back home. Basically introducing the gag. If you know One Piece, if you read One Piece, like Zoro has the worst navigational skill of anyone ever. You literally could tell Zoro like, go down the street, and it's a straight street, and right at the end of the street there's a stall, and on the way from point A to point B on a straight line, Zoro would lose his way. It's basically the gag, the running gag with Zoro. Like, he's this strong, unbeatable beast in battle, but his orientation sense is non-existent. Like, if he doesn't have anyone that helps him and gets to his way, he's not gonna get there, or just gonna get there by happenstance or accident at best. So now these two are basically on the boat together, and it's like both don't have any idea to navigate, how to sail, about really how to do anything. Also, they're both very hungry, and yeah. And here's the part where Luffy's like, yeah, and they're like both to each other, yeah, we really need a navigator. It's like, we're not gonna find our way to the Grand Line like this. And Luffy's like, yeah, okay, you need a navigator and a cook and a musician. And Zoro's like, musicians? they're the last thing we really need, the last thing you need for your crew, basically. But Luffy's like, nah, I need a musician, and that's really just foreshadowing for Brook. So yeah, already this early, Brook has been foreshadowed. Volume 1. Next we have the scene where they're both starving and they see a bird flying in the distance, like, oh wow, that's a big bird. And Luffy's like, oh, we're gonna eat that bird because they're so hungry and it's gonna catch him. And Zoro's like, how? And Luffy's like, I'm gonna just get him, I'm gonna stretch. And Luffy's stretching all the way up to the bird, but instead of him catching the bird is catching Luffy right here in his beak. And Zoro now has to go after him. Alright, end of the volume. While going after Luffy, Zoro, there's like 3 pirates swimming in the ocean, and they're like, help us, our ship. I don't know the English word. No, basically it went overboard. The ship sunk. Yeah, that's it. And Zoro's like, yeah, just jump on board. I don't have time to stop. He's just going after Luffy at full speed, and they climb on board and they try to basically be like, okay, now we're gonna kill you basically for Captain Buggy. And the next scene they're all just having the rudder in their hands and navigating the ship for Zoro and going after Luffy, and it's like Zoro's like, what the fuck were you guys thinking? And they're like, oh, we didn't know you were Lorna Zoro, the pirate hunter. We're so sorry. And Zoro's asking them, how did you end up in the ocean anyway? And to tell him how they ended up there. And how they ended up there is by being tricked by Nami. Basically, Nami was like on a small boat and with a treasure chest, it appears. And she was like coming across these pirates that had like a haul from their pirating yar. And she's like, oh, can you guys help me? I'm stranded, but I have treasure here on my boat. You can have that if you give me like some water and bread. And they're like, oh, sure, we can help you. And just show us the treasure first. She's like, and Nami's like, oh, you have to come on board for that. So the 3 pirates jump onto the tiny boat, but the treasure chest is obviously empty. Nami tricked them, and she gets away with their boat and their treasure, and it's like, goodbye. But Nami is such good of a navigator. She's like, okay, there's gonna be a storm, there's some clouds right there, there's gonna be a storm right now, and small boats not gonna have a good time with that. And so there's like instantly a storm basically forming. She's like reading the weather, everything so well. That's how good of a navigator she is. That she just foresaw that happening, and yeah, that's how those 3 pirates ended up in the water. And after that, we cut into town where Buggy's ship is lying, and yeah, Nami's running from the Buggy pirates because she stole a map of the Grand Line from them. They're like, go off to them. That's Captain Buggy's map. If you don't get that back, he's gonna kill us. And in the sky there's a bird flying all of a sudden while that's happening. And one pirate is like, oh, there's something in the flying in the sky, and they're getting ordered to shoot it down. The bird is getting shot down. Luffy crashes into the ground. And everyone's like, there was a human falling from the sky, and Luffy's like, who shot me? It basically gets up and everyone's like, what the fuck, you're alive? Because he's a rubber man, he doesn't get damaged from like even when falling from like really great heights. And that's how he survived that. And Nami's like, oh, you're here, boss. Thanks for saving me, and runs off. And the other pirates that were chasing Nami are like, okay, we don't have to run after her. If we have a boss here, we can just capture the boss. So basically what Nami was doing here is calling Luffy someone she doesn't know at all, boss, to trick the pirates into like exactly thinking exactly that. And Luffy beats up the pirates and pretty easily off screen, basically. He just takes them all out. He just has some anima appear, some poof, bang, booms right here. And he takes all out the pirates, and Nami's like sitting up on a balcony. Is like pretty good taking pirates out with swords and scimitars, just and sabers. Just with your hands. You wanna like team up with me? I'm Nami. I'm a thief that's specialized in pirates. And Luffy's like, thief that's specialized in pirates? What's that? And that's the end of the volume and the end of the chapter. Right here. So yeah, yeah, it's a bit less than what I had last time, but yeah, still decent chapters, and I'm hyped for Buggy the Clown, Buggy the Clown, as you may say, one of the strongest pirates in all of One Piece. Yeah, very very hyped for him to appear in the next volume next time when we do this. But see you then, and goodbye.